Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Gifted and Insane. This is Marzette and Jabri. We're coming at you with another one. We're just in the middle of one of our many conversations, and you were telling me, Jib, you were talking about some sort of graduation that you got invited to. Let me know a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, there's a graduation coworker that I worked with got another job, and it's kind of like a state security company. He is going to be graduating. It's like a 4 month, 3 month process of training. So, no, good opportunity for me to get out and socialize and meet some people. And he's trying to get me to come and work with him, but I doubt if I'm going to do that because I'm done with that industry, man. Tail end. But that's what I was talking about.
Okay, cool. Well, don't know him, but congratulations to that person. Sounds like is it a state job or is it for a private company?
Yeah, it's a state job.
Nice. Wherever and however progress comes, it's gonna come. People allow it in their lives and stuff. Maybe it's something that could be a highlight of his, or you said it's a guy, right? His or her life, or
Yes.
oh, it's a dude. Okay, all right, dude. Congrats on that, man. I'm still reeling over this Lakers stuff. I'm a Lakers fan. You're a Lakers fan, and this is something that I didn't see, and I know those people in Dallas are pissed right now, man. They up
Yeah.
there, man. They up there. I thought he was gonna be just tenured like another Dirk, Dirk Nowitzki, but I guess not. I guess it took the players by storm. When you can take millionaires by storm and you can shock them, then this is really something going on. Because you would think that without the stakes being that high, that they would have known what was going on, but nobody's safe like they say. So it's like not even those guys are beyond having their worlds shaken up, just like me, just like you. We can have our worlds shaken up if we have the quote unquote proverbial rug pulled out from underneath us, especially when we get comfortable. And speaking of comfort, I just want to kind of roll into what we're going to be talking about today. And the title of this one is called The Nightmare Hoarder. The Nightmare Hoarder. What that is a person who keeps reliving bad moments in their lives and holds on to the beliefs, usually negative ones, about themselves and or about the situation. And you're talking to one of the number one nightmare hoarders that used to live. I'm putting that stuff to rest now, but it's something I think that a lot of people are suffering from is that they're doing a disservice to themselves by hanging on to things that they really shouldn't be hanging on to anymore. Hanging on to the feelings that those things cause in them. Because remember what they say is that the subconscious mind don't know the difference between imagination and reality. And so if you're imagining things and you're feeling those real feelings, your body is going to react that way. Period. So if you keep that washing machine brain going and it's all in turmoil over something that happened like 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, you're keeping that stuff fresh and you're stalling yourself. How in the hell are you going to grow if you keep twirling that stuff, the same thing around in your brain and physically and emotionally reacting to it? Eventually, that's going to shape how you behave today, making that stuff relevant still. The people, the circumstances, and everything else involved with that situation that happened 5, 10, 20 years ago for some of us, it's going to affect now. And you're just keeping it, you just prolonging the freshness date. I don't really successfully timestamp a lot of the things that I used to have rolling through my brain. I didn't timestamp them, but in terms of when they occurred. But it don't matter if I keep putting today's date on whatever happened back then. Where I
Right.
could be reacting to my kids, reacting to you, and or reacting to my wife or somebody that's close to me based on feelings, based on something that happened years ago that I keep recycling. So hoarding these nightmares. And to be honest with you, I don't know why we keep these things alive. I don't know why these things hold so much value and power. But I can only suggest, assume, or infer that we put or attach such strong feelings to these events or to these things that just traumatize us so much to where it just devastated us or scared us or did whatever so bad to where we just don't even take the time to deal with it to let it go. We just like let it sit there and fester and exist. That's like an infection, bro.
Yeah, that's long-term rumination.
Rumination on steroids. Especially, it's like, look, yeah, have you ever had a person that they've done something to you and you've never forgotten it, and they had moved on with their lives? Then they see you years, months, weeks, what, however long it is later, and they crack a smile at you, and you're still holding on to it, and you looking at them, you're just as mad as you were when when that stuff went down. And you looking at them, I know I've been in that situation. I was like, how are you smiling? What you smiling for? And I'm coming from that place. I'm coming from that pain. I'm coming from that anger and all this other stuff. And I'm looking at him like, you son of a. I'm just fuming. And meanwhile, they have forgotten about it.
Hmm.
They have moved on and have lived their lives. You can like see a montage of them like in the space from when that stuff went down to like present day. You can just view a montage, like many pictures of them like out having dinner, playing soccer with the kids, laughing at work, doing all kinds of other stuff. And then you zoom to your montage and it's just a straight picture of you sitting there fuming the entire time. And that's because you're hoarding that nightmare. You're holding on to that crap for dear life. Now, I'm not telling you to forget things that, because some things, hey, some things cross the line with you. But then it's kind of on you to make sure that, one, you learn from that. You learn your lesson. Two, just because that happened to you and you were unknowing and you didn't know that that was going to happen to you, you shouldn't hold it against yourself. Because I think that that was some of the things that I used to do, was to hold that nightmare and the cause of it against myself as well as the other person. And so that's not the right thing to do. You gotta let that go. Once you learn your lesson, you know that statement about fool me once, fool me twice, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's the same thing. You learn your lesson, and then you just let it fly, man. You let it go. You don't give whoever or whatever that opportunity again. You always remember to set yourself up for success and expect success. Expect to win out of every situation, but also be a wise person and understand that there's a lot of people don't have your best interest in mind. And sometimes things happen. Sometimes you catch people on a bad day. Sometimes somebody could have just, had something happen to them and you come on along at the wrong time and you kind of catch the tail end of some BS. Part of that stuff you got to do to help put that stuff to bed is realize those things, learn from it. It's not, you shouldn't hold it against yourself and blame yourself this entire time for it. Try to move on by building past that with the stronger person you become by learning your lesson. That's one of the things you can do. And if it's that big of a deal, and if this person is in your proximity, because you and I both, we got family that we probably hoard nightmares from dealing with them. Sometimes we can't control that proximity. Maybe you got to bring it to that person's attention and credit yourself for trying. Because if you try to resolve it and they don't want no part of it, because ignorance is bliss, and people sometimes they just like to run their mouths and do things to people and don't understand that there are repercussions to their actions. You got to let them know, like, okay, you don't have access to me anymore because of this. And if they can explain themselves and sit down and talk to you and then literally squash it, then that is all the more reason for you to push that crap behind you. You're never going to forget it, but at the same time, you don't have to keep. What did you say, Jib? What did you call it? You said ruminating on what?
Long-term rumination.
Long term rumination. That long term rumination is on you. You're maintaining that stuff. It's like a farmer getting pissed because he's raising and tending to weeds that's ruining his crop. Why are you tending the weeds? Why are you introducing bugs into your crop that's going to eat your crops, and your crops will never ever come to fruition. They'll never grow into what they're supposed to grow into, because you're introducing BS into the whole system. Weeds and bugs is just going to tear everything up. Get rid of the weeds and the bugs. It may not be with the snap of a finger, but just do it over time. Do it gradual. Do it gradual. Like I told this one young lady I talked to, coaching her up, she was holding on to things that wasn't doing her any good. I was like, that's pretty much like traveling around with a backpack full of bricks. And it's like, if you're not going to build anything with them, then why are you holding on to them? If you're not going to do anything with them, just hold them and complain about the weight of it. Start taking them out one brick at a time. And by the time the bag is empty, you can fill it with something else. It's your choice what you put in that bag. But if you hold around and each brick represents a nightmare that I'm holding on to, and it's heavy, it is heavy. Life's heavy for us as it is. And if we make it worse by holding on to stuff, then it's on us. Build something with those damn bricks, man. Heck, build a wall, build a platform so you can stand taller. This is my experience that I'm standing on, and I'm taller because of it. I'm in a better, higher place because of it. Think of it that way. Think of it that way. There was a hard lesson for me to learn. It was a hard lesson because I wanted to hold on to this because that person was wrong. And as long as I know that person was wrong, I'm right in this situation. I'm right. So what? My power comes from me being right in that situation? Yeah, I'm being right and holding on to stuff. And this dude or person is wrong, but they're living their lives and they're not giving me a second thought. They're not giving me a second freaking thought. They're living their lives. And meanwhile, my life is heavy. My back is weary because I'm holding on to all this crap. And it's, instead of building a foundation with all these nightmare bricks, I'm building a wall to block me from my blessings. And that's all that it is. I built walls to block myself from my blessings based on long term rumination, just that washing machine mind mentality that had the wrong stuff in the damn machine, just sloshing it around. You know how chaotic that stuff is. You ever open a washing machine like the old school top loaders, look in there and it's still spinning and everything is like sloshing around and it's chaos. It's
Hmm.
chaos. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
especially when that shit get on spin cycle.
Right.
But you just dismantle this stuff, and stop hoarding these nightmares, guys. That's the worst thing you can do. I used to have those, those the Homer Simpson moments, like when he messes up something and he realizes, yo, he makes that noise, that yo.
Hmm.
That's how bad it was for me. I would sit there and I would think about something, or you know what? What's the worst ones come in flashes, the little Joe moments come in flashes at the worst time. Driving down the freeway going a high rate of speed, and Joe, like damn, like literally, I would have a physical reaction to that stuff because I'm blessed. I want to say I would blessed and cursed, but I don't. Let's keep it positive. I'm blessed with a very vivid imagination to where that thing will take me right there to feel the exact same feelings that I felt at the time these things were happening, and make me feel the way I felt when these things were happening, and it's intense. It's super intense. It is like a jolt that make you say that Homer Simpson stuff. It was crazy, dude. You gotta have a moment where you have to put a stop loss on this crap. Period. I don't know if you've had those moments, but I mean, I had one the other day that I thought I put to rest, and it made me think about just this whole thing we're talking about in general. It's like, why is that still there? Why am I still thinking of these things? Why are these things still bothering me? How can I resolve this stuff? How can I face it down? Or just how can I reframe it to take the power away from it? I want to read this quote. It's from a philosopher, Seneca. I don't know if you heard of it, and I may not be pronouncing it correctly. Seneca says, "We suffer more in imagination. Excuse me. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." That makes so much sense. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And basically, giving power to BS, giving power to things that we need to take the power away from it. and give it back to ourselves. I guess when we're the root of that stuff, we need to take the power out of those things that we see as, it could be a salamander and we're looking at it like it's Godzilla, if that makes sense. And it's just like a little lizard on the ground, but we make it feel like it's Godzilla or something like that. And that's crazy. That's
Right.
rooted in a whole lot of craziness, man. But I don't know. I don't know if you've ever had those moments, but I had that one the other day, and it kind of shook me a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I haven't really had like that particular moment, but I think we all kind of deal with that from just having trauma of things that we've gone through and people that have, traumatized us throughout our lives. And for me, it kind of it like it's a big experience, but I think what that does is it causes you to ruminate about every little thing, like on a daily basis, and make everything, when you especially if you've had that kind of trauma when you're younger, it becomes built into your operating system. So that's just how you go through life functioning, and it's just regular little stuff that just has you replaying that nightmare, like a reoccurring nightmare. Recently, what I've learned to do to combat that is every morning I've been doing I call it a morning mental dump. I get up in the morning and I write down everything that's ruminating, everything that's in my head. I mean, it's journaling basically, but it's just, my technique is called the morning mental dump. Anything that I'm thinking about, like it could be, how many teaspoons of sugar I'm going to put in my coffee, from something that simple to what time I got to be at work or things that I need to get accomplished, on my to-do list, whatever, just any little thing, just to kind of clear that space up. And I had start reprogramming myself with mantras and with visualization. But I realized that, first you got to clear the clutter out of your head. And some of the, like you said, some of the trauma goes back years, but a lot of the trauma is recent, just stuff that you're, thinking about that you can get out of your mind and put it on paper and then go back and reprogram yourself with your mantras and visualizations.
I hear that. It's kind of along the lines of what you're saying. It's like this traumatic programming and, that garbage in, garbage out kind of stuff with computers. That's how it is with humans and human brains. To help combat that stuff, we gotta put healthy stuff in there, not and not garbage. And the thing with hoarding nightmares is that you keep the garbage in, but you keep adding more and more garbage, and there's never a release. And that writing is phenomenal. Writing just in general is phenomenal. It makes things personal, and it helps with that dump that you're talking about, that mind dump. I would even suggest people do that before bed. One thing with my people that I coach, I tell them about a purge journal. What the purge journal is, and it's nothing new. I think it's called different names in different places. And you don't really have to spend a whole lot of money on it. You just get you a regular notebook and that has some pages that you can rip out of it. In that purge journal, you put all this crap down, like these different nightmares, for instance, or whatever lie you're telling yourself about yourself, especially that's negative. You put that, you write all that stuff down. Some of us don't even want to face it. And I had gone through that period. I want to turn my back on it. I go through so much. Oh my God, this is happening and that's happening. I just don't want to face this stuff. But the sooner you face it, the sooner you write all that stuff down, you take that purge journal and you pick out a day, because you have the power to do that. You pick out a day and you say, I'm getting rid of all of this permanently. And you symbolically destroy it. Or you symbolically destroy a bunch of pages out of it. You read them before and then you burn them, light them on fire in a safe place, mind you. Don't, you know, don't don't just be lighting it anywhere. Oh, I'm just gonna dump it on this pile of oily rags in the garage. You burn your whole house down or something. No, just you got a fire pit somewhere, or you got barbecue, something, just, or a fireplace, whatever. You read those things off. Never again. This is the end of this. Never again. Say something to you that's going to put the period at the end of the sentence, and you burn it and you watch it burn. Burn it out of your lives. Burn it out of your lives. Use that purge journal to dump all this stuff one by one, all of them at the same time, whatever floats your boat. Shred it.
Hey, that reminds me of the Zuzubra that they have out here. It's a ceremony in New Mexico. It's called the Zuzubra. It's almost like the Burning Man,
Yeah,
and everybody in the town takes like bills, like stressful things, whatever it was. It's like you said, and they write it down, and the whole town puts it in this big, like pinata looking creature, and then they burn it.
nice.
So that reminded me of that when you said that.
Yeah. And like I said, it's nothing new, but if you got to do it, like that's a cool thing for like that's a part of a city's culture. And
Right.
you go to different cities, they don't, some people, they don't bond like that. But do it for yourself. If you don't have a group of people to do it with, but it would be cool. That'll be a nice little thing to get together. Get yourself some, these little notebooks from Walmart or whatever, and you guys can share with your friends that are in their own struggles and having their own things going on. You guys can bond that way. You guys, hey, I'm gonna burn this. Go chill out and just have a drink after it. Discuss it. Make it a ritual. Make it something, because things are gonna keep happening. And a lot of these things are things that you have to maintain. It's not a one time thing. Well, I'll burn this page and I still got stuff going on. Hey, dude, this is the real world. This is life. Your maintenance it's gonna have to happen. Gee, if you go to the gym one time and you mad because your health fails after not going to the gym for like 3 months, you're gonna have to keep going to the gym for your body. You're gonna have to keep running for your body. Do the same thing for your mental and emotional health. Keep at it. Make it a ritual. Make it fun. The reward that you guys get is going to be freaking phenomenal when you do these things. You get that stuff out of your head and you make room for other things. You make room for things that you can learn it. You can make room for other things that you're going to benefit from. You're going to make room for other things that you can that help you move the needle to get you accomplishing your goals or a little bit further ahead. So don't give value to these nightmares anymore. So what, you're right in this situation. Be glad within yourself that, okay, I'm right. I'm going to repair myself. I'm going to move the hell on, but I'm going to move the hell on and I'm be stronger. That's how you show that person that they didn't defeat you. They didn't beat you, because you took that situation and you grew from it. And guess what? They probably couldn't care less about what they did or said to you. And that's fine. And with that in mind, that should give you even more power, energy, more I'm looking for a word here. More reason to move forward and not hoard that stuff. Especially hoarding stuff for somebody that's not giving you a second thought after they hurt you. And some people, they just run their mouths and they just do stuff. They don't even know they hurt people. They didn't even cross their minds. So again, one more reason to keep building and move forward. Don't hoard any more nightmares. It may happen again, but guess what? We try to find ways to move past it. Use those bricks for building up and not put in your direction to travel so you can keep moving forward in your life. When is that ceremony? And say the name of it again in New Mexico.
Zuzubra. I don't know the exact date when it is. I think it's in Santa Fe.
Okay. Is it like a
It's in
summer?
August.
Oh, August.
August.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
late
okay.
August.
Hey, may get some people a reason to travel, and they can go to New Mexico. They got some beautiful places out there to see. That's for sure. National parks
Yeah.
and stuff, springs and stuff like that, spas to go chill at. Yeah. So that's what I got for this one, Jib. We may have to revisit this, but I hope these words help you guys out. I hope you guys reach you guys. I really appreciate you guys and your feedback as usual. So let us know what y'all think. Hit us up at giftedandinsane@gmail.com. It's giftedandinsane@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about this episode or any of the other ones. If you guys, you want to holler at us, you want to talk to us, or you want to get coached or anything like that, just make sure you hit us up. And well, I'm at Zetwill88 on Instagram. You can leave me a line there and let me know what's going on with you. But hopefully you guys are doing well. I still give another shout out to my folks in my hometown of Los Angeles. I know that they're still suffering out there, and they're gonna have a long road to rebuild. But my heart and thoughts are with the families and the first responders that happen to know out there. Thanks for your service, guys. And that's all I got. What you got, Jib?
Good one, brother. Another one in the books. Really, no closing words, man. Just that was very poignant points that you made, and it's about the journey. And sometimes we just let stuff from the past, rubble from the past, get in the way of where we're headed now. And it trips us up. We just gotta use different tools to try to navigate that junk.
You're absolutely right. And just be open. Be open to receive and trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that you're going to get better. Trust that you're good already and you're going to get better. We're all on our own journeys, and if we keep our eyes looking forward and always look for the light will shine, and they'll help us be stronger to navigate when things do get bad or are unfavorable. So, again, thanks guys for listening. We appreciate you wherever you are on planet Earth listening to us. You guys stay up and be safe, and we will get with you later. All right. Peace.
Laters.